I call the meeting to order of Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in regular session on Tuesday, October the 25th, 2016, in the boardroom of the Administration Building, 1515 Cherry Brook, Pasadena, Texas, at 5:32 p.m. Board members present are Mr. Fred Roberts, Ms. Vicki Morgan, Mr. Jack Bailey, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, and myself, Nelda Sullivan. Ms. Maricel Keano is absent, and Mr. Kenny Fernandez will be here later. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Government Code Chapter 551. The invocation will be given by Mr. Marshall Kendrick, and the pledge will be handled by Mrs. Vicki Morgan.
Father, we come to you today thankful for life. We thank you for the beautiful weather you've given us. We thank you for the school district. Most of all, we thank you for the parents that have sent their kids to us, that we might nurture and grow them, and we thank you so much for the dedication of our district. The family we call PISD, the way they do their best to make our kids successful. We thank you for the guidance and direction that we have from administration with programs and things that work and things that excite kids. Father, we just pray that you'll continue to watch over this district. We pray for safety of our teachers, of our family, of our kids, and that you just watch over us in a very special way. Be with us to do this meeting tonight, Father. We ask that you direct our discernment as we make decisions for the district. We pray for those who serve us as first responders wherever they might be, in this district, in our state, city, across the world. And we thank you for the service that they give us and the sacrifice they make. May they always know that we have their back like they have ours. We ask this all in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Will you join me in the pledge to the American flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
We don't have any policy tonight, and we will do the...
We do have policy, Mrs. Sullivan, but Jody's not here. It's in your board book on page 116. It was regarding the wellness for our students. So Karen Hickman, I asked her to be here in case you had any question. It's pretty much TASB formatted, and it's something our SHAC committee has been working on for some time and has brought back and forth to cabinet to review. But if you have any questions, Karen's here and can answer either about the process or about the policy.
We just need to approve what's in there as far as law.
We would need to approve it when it comes time in the regular board meeting, but I just wanted to make sure if you had questions, you had an opportunity to ask now or later.
You say this is pretty much in line?
It is. Karen, do you want to speak to it at all? It's pretty much exactly taken after the TASB. Okay. If it tells you a little bit on page 118 about the repeal of the 2004 Federal School Wellness Policy. So, of course, we needed to update ours to be in line with the changes, and spent time with our SHAC committee making sure we did just that. So there's nothing here we didn't feel like, after taking it before principals and cabinet and various stakeholders, that we couldn't live within the guidelines.
So is there any questions? The board will adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer, employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. The superintendent's formative evaluation, superintendent's contract, and related actions. Consideration of resolution agreement regarding EEOC complaint number 460-262016-04455, Susan Livonius. Section 551.071, to consult with the district's attorneys concerning matters on which the attorney's duty to the district under the Code of Professional Responsibility clearly conflicts with the Texas Opens Meeting Act. When the district seeks the advice of its attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer, consider legal advice on any item listed on the agenda. 551.072, for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. We will reconvene in open session about 7 o'clock. So.
Right.
I was campaigning Colonial Oaks today.
What were you doing out there? Playing golf?
Colonial Oaks?
Oh.
That's where most of our family lives.
The board will
I
reconvene
couldn't get a game.
in open session. We want to welcome each and every one of you to our regular board meeting for the month of October. For those of you in the back, we have plenty of seats, so make yourself comfortable. We have a wonderful meeting in store for you. Because our first item is special recognition.
Okay, Madam President, I'd like to introduce Pam Tevis, our Coordinator of Health, PE, and Wellness. She's going to come forward and introduce to you some amazing things that are going on in the district and some outstanding individuals. So Pam, if you want to take it from here.
Sorry, we were having a little party in the hallway. Good evening, school board members and Dr. Powell. It is with great honor that I recognize the 2016 Tayford High School PE Teacher of the Year, Dina Garza. Dina is being recognized by the Texas Association for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance. Coach Garza was nominated over 5,000 eligible association members. She had to fill out a very lengthy application, which she told me about regularly. It was an application detailing her commitment to teaching and preparing a quality program. She highlighted various methodologies to be creative, innovative, and effective. She had to outline how she serves as a positive role model, epitomizing the values and desired outcomes of physical education, and showing her interest and sensitivity to the needs of students and fellow professionals. There were 7 criteria she had to address. Dina does an amazing job engaging students and teaching them skills that will enhance their chances for living a longer, healthier life. She makes it relevant to students. Dina is a shining example of Dr. Powell's passion, pride, and purpose. She will be honored at the 93rd Annual State Convention in Galveston at Moody Gardens on December 2nd. Congratulations to Dina, and thanks for making us Pasadena proud. And I'd like to call up Coach Chant for the next introduction.
Melissa, I'm sorry, she took this one.
It was my honor to recognize Mathis Elementary's Xavier Muhammad, who is the USA Track and Field current world record holder for the shot put in the 7-year-old division with a throw of 28 feet, 12 inches. He is ranked first in the nation for his age group. He is a member of the Beast Mode Track Club. After setting the world record in Odessa, he advanced to the 2016 USA Track and Field Olympics in Sacramento, California. On his final throw, he went 34 feet, 15 inches, extending the world record and earning the USA Track and Field Junior Olympian All-American honor. Xavier is the current world record holder for the shot put in the 7-year-old age group in 3 different weight divisions, the 2 kilo, the 3 kilo, and the 4 kilo. Xavier received a proclamation from the Mayor, Sylvester Turner, in the city of Houston on September 20th, 2016. His parents are Ishmael Muhammad and Rosalind Branch Muhammad, both teachers and coaches at South Houston Intermediate. Please stand. Congratulations, Xavier.
Well, family affair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
And I just want to say, I know Mr. Muhammad has a great principal now, Laura Gomez, but who was smart enough to hire you in the district, Mr. Muhammad? So all that talent from that beautiful family came with you, so thank you very much. Pleasure.
That's why we're all wearing maroon. Or
That's right, representing Soho.
which high school you going? Which high school is that kid going to?
You know, we're gonna leave that a secret right now. Pasadena is gonna be on top of that list.
We're gonna tell him to come by and see me when he gets a little older.
He is the future in.
He can stay there for a while.
Don't let him get drafted.
Well, board members, now I'd like to introduce Amber McNeish, our instructional specialist for coordinated school health. She's going to come forward and introduce to you some folks from Red Bluff and Turner Elementary. So thank you.
All right. The Let's Move Active Schools National Award is the nation's top physical education and physical activity distinction for K-12 schools. The award celebrates a school's commitment to providing students with at least 60 minutes of physical activity before, during, and after each school day. Studies show that active kids do better. Physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy and strong, but it can also contribute to higher test scores, improved attendance, better behavior in class, enhanced leadership skills, and a lifetime of healthy habits. To earn a Let's Move Active Schools National Award, a school must have met significant benchmarks in 5 areas: physical education, physical activity before and after school, physical activity during the school day, staff involvement, as well as family and community engagement. This year, Pasadena ISD has 2 schools that were named Let's Move Active Schools nationally: Red Bluff Elementary and Turner Elementary. So from Red Bluff, we have Kathy Bird and Claudia Romero. And then from Turner Elementary, we have Jackie Caver.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations. You do a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Track out.
Yes, I do.
Hey, but they're going the wrong way, Jackie. They're going the wrong way.
One, two, three, and one more. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all very much. Well, I can't think of a better way to lead in this next item with physical fitness and athletic ability. We want to recognize the J.J. Watt Foundation. So it's with great honor that we recognize tonight one outstanding foundation that's been really instrumental in assisting our intermediate school programs, helping to buy uniforms and athletic equipment. And I'm just going to read a little bit about the J.J. Watt Foundation. It's their mission to provide after-school opportunities for middle school-aged children in the community to become involved in athletics so that they may learn the character traits of accountability, teamwork, leadership, work ethic, and perseverance while in a safe and supervised environment with their peers. Tonight, we are here to recognize publicly the J.J. Watt Foundation for its financial support to our intermediate athletic programs. So if JJ's mom, Connie Watt, would come forward, and the other foundation volunteers, we would like to present you with a plaque.
Thank you so much.
And if y'all will stay up here. please, once you meet all of our board members. We're going to have y'all stay right there because we want to present a little bit more. We want Mrs. Watt and the foundation volunteers to know that on behalf of the student athletes and coaches, they also want to show their appreciation because to date, we have dreamed big and worked hard, and your foundation has funded $135,583.28 in uniforms and equipment, and we have some fine examples right here to show you. So if they will come out now. Just to let you know a little bit about these students, Mrs. Watt, these are athletes from not only Queens, Jackson, Southmore, Miller, and South Houston Intermediates, but also their coaches are represented here tonight. So they gave a small token of their appreciation and some PISD memorabilia. But will you pass along to J.J. Watt? We very much appreciate what he does for the school district and everything he does for our community. Thank you. You see the emblem on the back of the jerseys? They all have the J.J. Watt in it.
Oh, yeah? I want in there.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Sorry.
Run out there and get the
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I don't doubt it.
1, 2, 3.
Y'all look at the back of the jerseys before the kids leave. They have the J.J. Watt Foundation
Turn around,
logo
guys.
and the emblem on them. So make sure you see those. Again, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, and get well to J.J. Watt. And we're huge fans for sure in Pasadena ISD. Oh, wonderful. Yay. More donations. She said our total increased last night at their meeting. So it's wonderful news. Thank y'all to all of our athletes and all of our coaches. We appreciate you so much for being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
They look great.
Appreciate you coming out here tonight.
We have one board member that's going to run down there and get his picture made.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Roberts has a picture with J.J. Watt, and so just so y'all know, he wants a picture with Mom. So
I wanted one with his mom when I met him over at that ranch.
Okay,
His mom wasn't-
Fred, go.
I think lots of great special recognition. Thank y'all.
Dr. I think they agreed to do the next HEB commercial with Xavier, because JJ Watt did the shot put as well.
That sounds good.
He did? Oh, no, he didn't.
That's awesome.
He needs
Hey,
to.
hey, I did the shot put. I'll do a commercial.
Yes, that'll be it for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Hey, Connie, there's not a whole lot of people that make this guy blush. I think you did it.
I hope so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. We appreciate those who receive the special recognition. We don't have any public comments tonight, so we'll move right along. And the next item is our consent agenda.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan and seconded by Mr. Kendrick. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion's passed. The next item is section 4, which is the personnel section.
Madam President, I move that we approve the addenda pages A and B.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Kendrick. Do we have any questions? Discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, no. The motion is passed. Would you please read those names?
Yes, I'd be delighted to. Gabriela Castro, I know she was here. Hello, Gabriela. Gabriela has been named district-wide licensed specialist in school psychology. And in January, we welcome you to the district. Congratulations. Thank you. Do you have family with you?
I brought my mom.
You want to introduce her, please?
Evelyn.
Hi, Mom.
I just want to say that I graduated from Pasadena School.
Awesome.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
And the second person is James O'Neill. Is James here? Hi, James. James has been named Coordinator of Infrastructure Systems, and James has been with the district for quite a while, and we certainly congratulate you in your new position. Did you bring any family with you?
No, my wife's at home putting the kid down. So.
Okay. Okay, congratulations. And that's all.
Very good. Next item is consideration and possible approval of resolution agreement regarding EEOC complaint number 460-2016-04455 regarding Susan Livonius.
I move we approve the resolution agreement regarding EEOC complaint number 460-2016-04455, S. Livonius.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan and seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Hearing none, the motion passed. The next item is certified personnel, and that is for information only. And we'll move to the educational section. Our first item is consideration and possible approval of maximum class size exemptions for the fall of 2016.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The opposed? None, the motion's passed. The next item is for information only. It's the district implementation plan for Senate Bill 507 regarding cameras in the classroom. Did you want to add anything to that, Doctor?
We have already had parent requests, so we have a plan where we've already begun that. Just to let you know, we have cameras live at Pearl Hall, South Shaver, Metter. They've been installed at Jackson and should be live very soon. Jensen, Rayburn, and Fraser, and then there's a plan that will follow.
Very good.
It's my understanding that if one person requests, then you have to do it district-wide?
That is the Attorney General's opinion. We're still probably going to hear more about this when the legislative session reconvenes in January, because a lot of them are talking about that was not their intention, so they need to be more specific and clarify. But we're moving ahead as the
Right.
Attorney General recommended.
Well, I have a question. It says, like Vicki, the first time they said the classroom that's requested, and all of a sudden somebody wanted to blow it up, they had to put it everywhere. There's also in here that says, what if the executive director denies the approval?
Well, there's a percentage, and you want to come forward, Karen, and explain that. There's a percentage of time the kid has to be self-contained in the classroom. So there's some that might be denied, but you'll go ahead and explain that a little further.
At this time, what we're doing is if the student has been in a self-contained class since the beginning of the school year, we're not denying. If a child has not been placed or has just recently been placed and it's less than 6 weeks, at that point we are putting denials in place and letting the parents know that they can re-request after we get through a 6-week period. So, but in terms of denials across the board, the decision that the district made was not to deny at this point. If parents were making the request, that we would go ahead and put the cameras in the classroom.
And they have to spend what percentage of time in the self-contained classroom?
More than 50% of the instructional day.
And how much are these cameras costing?
Yeah.
Arthur, is there a amount that you could put toward that? I know the overall plan, it would be very expensive. We're moving in an efficient way, but not at a fast pace.
I don't know the amount.
Okay. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I know they're costly.
Okay, no, unfortunately, I don't know the amount right now, but I could find that out and I'll get it to the superintendent. So she can pass
We
it on.
had 8 purchased prior to Arthur to even coming on. So you can see those are the ones we started with. So we're kind of waiting again. We're complying as we wait for further direction.
Okay. Very good. Well, I think that it needs to be noted, though, that this is not something that was funded when it was set in place. It's another one of those things that the legislature's put before us that we're not funded for. So it comes out of our coffers and, hurts other programs.
It's
We
a
understand the
completely
need for it.
unfunded.
I understand the need
Absolutely.
for it. But it's typical state, They make all these recommendations or requirements for us to do, and don't spend any money. Comes out of our budget, which we can use for other things. If you want to return to state legislature, send the moms to Austin. That's the only thing that gets their attention. School superintendents and school board members don't get Austin's attention, moms do.
I believe you're right, Mr. Kendrick. Our next item is consideration and possible approval of memorandum of understanding with Bay Area Council on Drugs and Alcohol.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Kendrick. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Our next item is consideration and possible approval of Gardens Elementary School's targeted improvement plan as required for each formerly improvement required designated campus as rated in accordance with the state accountability system.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion?
When do we get completely out from under this?
Next year. If
Next
we continue to have the success that we've had.
Okay, good. We will.
They did a nice job of getting out for sure.
Absolutely.
Great job over there.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion's carried. The next item is consideration and possible approval of the memorandum of understanding agreements between the Pasadena ISD and KS, which is Kelsey-Seybold Management Services.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion?
A question, I understand that these students will be going to Kelsey-Seybold clinics.
Sarah, do you
For
want to
this.
come forward? Sorry, we need to put mics out in the audience.
Come on, Sarah.
That is correct, Mr. Kendrick. We use Kelsey-Seybold. We also use several other local hospitals, and those affiliation agreements are either are active at this point, but some of them will be here next month.
Okay, are they local pretty much?
Yes, it's Kelsey-Seybold. We use Patients Hospital. We use Bayshore. We use Southeast Memorial, and we also use Kindred.
Wonderful.
And we're looking for more if anybody can help us. Lots of kids want to do that, lots.
Great, thank
That's
you very
awesome.
much.
Thank you, Ms. Sarah. Any further discussion on this item? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion's carried. Consideration and possible approval of multiple grant awards.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is passed. The next item is consideration and possible approval for seniors in the maritime, culinary, and hotel restaurant management programs at the Dr. Kirk Lewis Career and Technology High School to experience a hands-on cruise experience aboard the Carnival Liberty Cruise, January the 14th through the 19th, 2017.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion?
Question. How are those 25 kids chosen?
Would you like to answer that, Ms. Sarah?
They are seniors.
Right.
They are in the, get back up there. They are in the Maritime and Hotel Restaurant Management Culinary Pathway at Career Tech High School. This is their senior hands-on experience.
Right, but let's say you have 100 seniors. Don't have 100?
We don't
seniors?
have-
How many do you have in the Maritime and
Um,
Hotel? I would have thought more than.
Not
Pretty
seniors.
good.
25.
25.
25, really?
So all of those will have an opportunity to go. Another thing that's cool about this trip is that a lot of it's underwritten by business partners.
Right,
Saw
right.
that.
And that's a great deal, and I like to see them going. I thought there were more kids in that.
We're growing it.
You're
Yeah,
not
we're
seniors?
growing it.
What Fred really wants to know if he can be a chaperone.
I'll tell you, if you ever want to go somewhere, this is the trip to go on because I've had the opportunity to go.
You know what, Marshall? If I'll go, I'll pay my own ticket. I don't want to be somebody's chaperone. I'll be my own chaperone.
Somebody got to chaperone you.
Yeah.
There, ding, ding, ding.
I've
You have
been
to
on that-
learn how
I've
to
been on
take
that
the
cruise.
doors.
You don't want to be watching kids.
Is there any further questions in regard to this? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion's passed. We don't have any student achievement listed in our board book for this month, but I'll tell you, there are student achievements every minute of every hour of every day in PISD. And if you have any doubts about it, just visit one of our schools and see how busy bees they all are. Policy update and review. Consideration and possible approval of PISD interim local policy update affecting FFA local.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Kendrick, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. And we move to the financial section. Consideration and possible approval of budget amendments.
I move that we approve the budget amendments.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan, seconded by Mr. Fernandez. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion is passed. The operations section, we don't have any items in that. The construction update, is there any questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to the miscellaneous selections. We don't have any communications, and we had no public comments to carry over. And we will set the next regular board meeting. It's suggested for November the 29th, 2016.
So move.
Motion by Mrs. Morgan,
Second.
second by Mr. Kendrick. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Our next meeting will be Tuesday, November the 29th, 2016. At this time, you all may leave. But the board may not. Let me read what we're going to do. The board will adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer, employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. Superintendent's formative evaluation, superintendent's contract, and related actions. Consideration of resolution agreement regarding an EEOC complaint, number 460-2016-04455, to consult with the district's attorneys concerning matters on which the attorney's duty to the district under the Code of Professional Responsibility clearly conflicts with the Texas Opens Meeting Act. When the district seeks the advice of its attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer. There will be, to consider legal advice on any item listed on the agenda 551.072 for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. We will reconvene into open session, but there will be no business conducted.